Okay, welcome in everyone. If you're new here, my name is Jane. I was guided to bring this message today, and they want me to start with pulling out one of these cards here. There's an important message in this. Here we go. Manifestation. Isn't that funny? Because, and transparency. Because before I started, they were bringing up a lot about the manifestation, and I think that's something a lot of people have been practicing. And I'm not sure what the transparency. This kind of reminds me of the galaxy too, and that's like, you're getting a peek into into the universe. You know what I mean? Through this keyhole here. I don't know what either of these cards mean, and I believe Spirit's going to have me read one of them, or even maybe both. I don't know if you can see these cards. I'm going to move on here. They were asking me to bring out a few of these decks here, so I'm going to start with this one. And let's see what Spirit. We're just going to get into the ethers here and find out what we need to know. Okay, now I keep getting the message about low frequency, negativity, and calling in Archangel Michael and to rebuke whatever is going on. Okay, let me just pull out some controlled cards here. All right, Spirit. Okay, what is it you want us to know here? Another one. Okay, this one. It's on the bottom. It's in reversed. Murder. Addiction to self-pity. That was in reverse on the bottom. I don't know if that has anything to do with this reading or not. Networker in reverse. So we have the shadow attribute. Convoys. Information only for personal gain. Spreads fear and falsehood. This could be somebody that you're dealing with. Guide. So it's in the upright. So the light represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. All right. This could be like the energy that is surrounding you. And this one, shapeshifter, that's also in reverse. So projecting an image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. Okay. Okay, I know these two were definitely seeing. This is why I believe that you're being surrounded. So you're some kind of well, I mean, if you're here on this channel, then you're some type of light worker or guide of some sort. I'm not really sure where the energies are for everyone because we're all different. And though I do believe that you're in the level where you should be able to start manifesting what you're looking for. But they're also calling for some kind of transparency. So I think this is where like you're surrounded with these type of energies. And that's something that, I mean, I believe that they're going to want you to start paying attention to it. Because before I even brought any of these cards out, they were talking about low frequency and negativity and to rebuke that. So I believe because you are who you are, like you carry this light, wherever you go, you possibly can communicate with the earthly realm. So, you might be really attracted to nature and all the animals that reside. I noticed too that you see this pattern that's on the world. It seems kind of familiar to what's going on in these two cards. So let's just keep going and see what else. This one here. Okay. Well, this one's, look at that, balancing right on my hand. Deception and envy. Like I said, that's exactly what's going on here. You're someone's masking themselves. So this shapeshifter and this networker here, that, like, again, these are the shadow attributes, not, and this one here is the light attribute. This is who I believe you are, and I believe this is what you have around you. There's another card here. You know, I've also been getting a lot about number sevens, but also like group 7 keeps coming up. Okay. Another card that flew out here. What is this? Your crown chakra, number 7 again. See what I mean? Like the number 7s. That's amazing, Spirit. And on the bottom is power. They want, whoever this energy is that is surrounding you, they want you not to be in your power. They don't want you to be in your power. But you know what? This, and you know what? The lion, you might actually be seeing a lot of the lion. You know, I keep getting the, people don't realize the power that is within you. And if these energies are messing with you, it's going to be to their detriment. So, you know, because, you know, the 8 also represents like the affinity, which, you know, what goes around comes around. You know what I mean? Like when these people are like doing this kind of deceptive type energy, what they don't understand is, you know, like they are like, see all these letters here? It's almost like they are, well, it's not almost like, it is what they're doing. They're producing future uh traumas, future karmic cycles. And you know, these envelopes are going to be opened and it's just going to crush their world because it's going to be something that they brought onto themselves. So they're attacking your crown chakra is being attacked with these individuals. I don't know who these individuals are. Yeah. But you know what? You could mask yourself as a man or a woman. It doesn't matter. But within you is the power and of the lion, the strength, the wisdom, all of that. Okay, Spirit. They're asking me to bring out rainbow DNA. This is a deck, and it's for the visionary path. So let's see what's going on. Yeah. Whoa. Phase mandala. Okay. All right, Spirit. What's the card that you want here? Let me split it. Wild orchids. You know, there's going underneath it is the dolphin, Merkaba. This is all about okay, well, let's just move on to this wild orchids. You know, if you look really closely, you have this dragonfly here, and dragonflies, as you probably know, are very they're very spiritual insects. But you know, you see the triangle that's facing down, that tells me this is a lot about the feminine. And then there's like this heart in that's hidden, and then there's like these eyes that are hidden here. I don't know if you can see that. Again, it's like, I don't know if it's you're hiding from yourself. Okay, let's just see what else. There's a couple more cards they want me to pull out here. So let me see. Wild orchids. Whoa. Well, elemental embrace. Just like, and it comes right underneath this guide here where I was talking about how you're really connected to the earth and the animals within it. And you know, 52 also represents 7. You know, I see that this is like a doorway to, you know, I think that you've gone through a lot of, you know, this is where like the volcano overflows and hits the water and creates another element. So basically, well, I guess it doesn't really create another element, but it exposes that element is probably the better word, because you have the flames coming off of the volcano lava hitting the water. Those two elements are combining together and creating this steam in the air. So it's, even though the air, you can't see the air unless there's steam in it. You know what I mean? So I believe that you're like hiding yourself. You're not allowing yourself to be seen. I think you spend a lot of time in the evenings too. Like the night is your time. With the owl here, owls see better at night. And then you have gentle spirits. Look at that. Oh my God, spirit. And then you have 34, again, is a highly spiritual number, which again represents 7. And you'll see these like stars with these beautiful turtles. These stars also represent the elements of the earth, the air, the water, the earth. Yeah. And that's why I think that you're such a gentle spirit. Okay. I need to look this card up. There's something in here that they want us to know. And, actually, the number 8, the flaming tropicals, I think that's just a really rare flower. But number 48, the heart Taurus, I think this might have something to do that your heart has been, you're like protecting your heart. Okay, what is this one here? Number 11, also a very highly spiritual number. Something hidden, just like I said, yeah, it's something hidden. Okay, so what is it that you want here? Okay, this card asks you to look within and contemplate what you may be hiding or what is being hidden from you. This is not about intentional deception. There is no sense of trickery or lies. Nevertheless, something you have not considered or may be affecting your inquiry. View the beauty of these wild orchids and ask your inner knowing to uncover hidden things hidden so that you may gain a broader perspective of your current situation. Simply recognize that you are holding back may prompt your awareness to reveal what has been unseen. Your willingness to bring to light things concealed may open the doors of your perception and strengthen your ability to experience the wholeness of the situation. And you'll notice that there's like this door here, this gateway here. But though that was come from this card. So when you unlock whatever is going on with inside of you, it's going to open this door for you. But I still believe, I do believe that you are still like hiding, because like even this person has their eyes closed here. This energy that is around you, it's projecting any image that is serving their personal agenda, not yours. Do you know what I mean? Because you're like such a gentle spirit, you probably don't even want to acknowledge that or believe that that's possible, that this, and that's why the transparency came out. They're trying to make something transparent for you today here. Let's see what's going on here. All right, I'll look on the bottom. Love, just like I said, I think your heart has been, okay, so you want one of these. I've been seeing a lot of seahorses today. Well, not just today, but... All right, Spirit, what is it that you want here? Wow, what is trying to show here? What is going on with this deck of cards? Okay, we're going to pull one of these out here. Oh, Lord, it doesn't want to come out. It's on the bottom. Flow. Oh my goodness. Jellyfish has been a big thing too. Peace. Yeah. The kingfisher. I split it on presence. Manta ray. You know, I don't know what's hidden in your presence here. I don't know what's going on. I just split it on connection with the wolf. Okay. There's something here with this kingfisher. I don't know if it's because you've been silenced many times, maybe. Is there a number on these cards? Oh, there is too. What is that number? Is that number 49? Let me see here. Yeah, I believe that number is 49. It's microscopic though. Number 49. Yeah, and you'll notice how my cards are always set up and they always fall underneath the one above it. So, this is telling me how you're such a gentle spirit and that this person or this individuals, I don't know why I feel there's more than one here, but this projection that they're doing, I think it's to shut you up. They don't want you to speak. They don't want your energy to be known. And I think that's why this peace one came out here. When we surrender something of importance, we gain greater perspective. And the element is air. And they're bringing up the air a lot here. The bird is in the air. The birds represent air. They're showing you. They're trying to show you what's hidden in the ether. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So what this represents here is it's a long time symbol for peace and prosperity. And it's funny because they brought up the manifestation too, but here it's saying that it invites you to harness the power of our mind to determine what is that brings us greater inner peace and understanding that this practice will in turn play a huge role in our ability to communicate and radiate this outward into our physical world. Our strength lies in our ability to see great depths and to use our strong influence or words for a greater cause. Just like I was saying, I think that's what it is. I think your voices, they don't want you to speak. Whoever these individuals are, they want to shut you down. They're jealous. I think that's what it is. They're just jealous of what you possess. They're bringing up a lot of these stars too. Like there's a lot. What's going on, spirit here? What do you want here? So what do you want this individual to do? I'm receiving interference as I'm trying to deliver this message to you today. As soon as I sat down at my divination table, I wanted to call it, I've been getting purity. Number 1, calendula, purity. And then there's another bird here too. They're showing the stars and the light, the trees, the elements. This person here is naked in the picture, in the flowers. And they look really small comparing to the size of the bird and the you might be feeling really small. There's another card here. My goodness, look on the bottom, it's inner peace. Number 9, just like they're talking here, like you have to make peace with it. I just heard you have to make peace with it. And then on the bottom is cannabis, detachment. Yeah, I think you're trying to detach from your gifts. Yeah, and then I just split it on conduit. You know, if you're listening to my readings, and if you've made it this far, you know, you really need to accept the fact that you are a conduit, that you are a bridge, because that's what my videos are for. My videos are for people that are, you know, you're highly connected. You have a lot of gifts. It's just that you've not embraced them, or you're shying away from them. Okay, there's something here in this calendula, whatever it's called. Where's that book? Okay, purity is 1. See, because you're such a gentle spirit, you have a pure heart. Let's see here. Innocence, childlike joy, humility, purity, new beginnings, trusting in life, and vitality. It resembles the sun. Yeah, I was just talking about all that light, right? Okay. Okay. It says here, this is what they want me to read. Power reminds us of the realms of light. Oh, Calendula. Okay, Calendula's gentle and abundant power reminds us of the realms of light. To be allowed entry within these angelic realms requires childlike innocence and humility. Don't allow pain from the past to disable your ability to dream a new life. Calendula represents the pure impulse to create. Vitality and creativity needs to step into a new journey. The radiance of Calendula, is a superconductor. Be very aware and selective with your intentions when using her energy within a ritual, as the greatly amplifies your intentions. You know, and they had me bring this card out first because they want me to read this manifestation card for you. So let's see here, manifestation and the transparency. There's a little something, I don't know. Let's see here. These cards are actually a galactic light language. So I don't know how they are. And they're new. I've only used them one other time, so I don't know what they are. They're intense, though. I don't even know how to look these up. Let's see here. Let's see if I can find this here in the. Good grief. Here we go. So, manifestation. You know, it's funny too because it's on page 134 and I laid it right on 34 here. You know, there's a lot of these synchronicities that you might not realize that are. No, that's not right. What is it? 134, yeah. Yeah. It's a pass key. And I was just saying how this looks like a keyhole. This is called Passkey to true identity in this and all worlds, unlock the gates to the great mystery manifesting through you. Just like I was talking about, how like there's this doorway that needs to open up for you, but you have to unmask yourself. You have to stop hiding. So the qualities are intention, motivation, true identity, foundation of essence, self, aligned manifestation. So that's exactly what I was talking about. 10 is the ray of manifestation. Is there anything else you want me to read here? In receiving 10, you are being asked to look carefully at your own foundations. What structures and belief systems in your reality built on? What foundations motivate your choices? You are now creating a new foundation, walking into all that you are, your essence self. As the foundation of your essence self emerges, others will recognize your true identity. When you are in the resonance with the universe, manifestation is a natural byproduct. Unconstrict your vision to include the seemingly impossible by standing outside your linear perceptions, which dictate that things must occur in a step-by-step way instead of just trying to figure it out in your mind or your ego. Okay, so what's transparency? Transparency. Identification, actor, exploration of new roles, undefining of the self. Just like I was saying here, welcome, divine child, to the mystery of transparency, the freedom from definition. Step into your transparent self, discover and celebrate the divine child, the adventurer, the actor who is free to explore and play any part at any moment without attachment. Wow. And this is okay, yeah, because I was talking about the heart, and here it says here, through the transparency, a kind of immunity is created that allows you to be non-identified with your experience, transparent to the purpose of the light. Then the projections of others will move through you without your personalizing them into emotional reactions such as hurt feelings. Remember, when you find yourself reacting, you are simply being shown what you are identified with. Your actor as also being given a focus to explore and transform the roles and masks in your costume closet. Rejuvenate yourself. Okay. In the world in which you only believe you are trapped was only a mirage, just one more character to play a role with actors who had forgotten they were in a play. A shaman has learned to act like a jaguar. Oh, yeah. See, and that's what I was saying. Like, because you're so, oh my goodness, because you're so bound to the earth and the animals, that's like a shaman. They keep bringing up about, and I'm starting to think now that these might be your shadow aspects here, because they're talking about here, the shadow here conveys information only for personal gain, spreads fear and falsehood. Like, those are the things that, like, those are those internal moments that you're telling yourself, because they were talking about here with the transparency about having hurt feelings. And then you have like the shadow here projecting an image that serves your personal agenda in the moment. So if you're telling yourself something that isn't true, but it just helps you get through in that moment, but you're not being transparent, right? And it's blocking your manifestation. All right, Spirit, what else is it that, is there anything else you want them to know here? This is a truth oracle. Commitment, oath, agreement, pledge, and promise. Okay, so this is about, you see how like this person's being knighted? Is that what they call it? When they, they use the sword and they, on the shoulder of the knight. This is something that you have to commit to yourself. Like you can't expect the universe to provide anything if you're not, looking on the bottoms, unfinished business. It's not over, back and forth, baggage. That's what's going on. You're still trying to deal with all this baggage. Mm-hmm. All right, Spirit. Is that all that you want from this message today? They want to leave you with like a little bit of Buddha wisdom is what they're saying. So here's some Buddha wisdom for you. Or is it the eternal? The eternal light. Hold on. This one. Okay. Let's see here. The wheel of life is on the bottom. We are on this earth for a short while. We have no real idea of why we are here, where we came from, or where we are going. Perhaps we never come nor go, but change from form, from spirit into matter, and matter into spirit as the wheel of life turns, just like that shapeshifter there. Seeds of creation. This one? Okay, this is what they want you to do. Loving thoughts are seeds of pure potential. So much is possible for you as the seeds planted in past seasons blossom into fruition, fruitful opportunities. Just like then they're showing all these flowers too, Spirit. May your thoughts be tranquil in the infinite potential of each moment unfolding within the eternal unfolding present. Yeah. Don't give up. Well, in silence, we knowledge it. Oh my goodness. In silence, all knowledge is revealed. To an open heart, all is wisdom. Don't give up on your dream. Go forth, shine, and savor each moment. Be the love you seek and the change you wish to see. Give freely without condition, for it is through giving that you will now receive. And seeing this is it, because you get that manifestation going on, right? Is there anything else here, Spirit? Through this one out, reaching out, share your concerns, insecurities, and fears with those you love and trust. Nothing is so dark that it cannot be talked about. Be courageous and reach out. You may discover that others have had similar feelings and experiences. You may also realize that you are very much valued and loved. Yeah, because you can actually if you're somebody that if you've made it this far in the video, if you're somebody that is perhaps like shy, or you don't really want to express what's really internally going on with the people that you are in connection with, you can reach out to me at any time, and we can, you can email me. My email is in the description at the bottom, and it's free. I mean, you can talk to me whatever you want, whatever you need to say. You could just leave a comment in the comment section, or you can email me directly, and we can have a conversation. And I keep splitting it on each chapter. Precious moments. Yeah. So with that, I'm gonna just, if you've, like I said, if you've made it this far in the video, then it's for you. And if you've liked the video, if you hit the like button, the share, and subscribe, and the notification bell. And again, if you need somebody to talk to, you can email me, and I will respond within 5 or 6 days. I don't check my email every day, but It's something I'm trying to improve on. However, I'm going to leave this video. What is it, Spirit? They keep interrupting me. Hold on. Pay attention to your health. Okay. Yeah, you have to be careful too, because you can make yourself sick if you're like hiding all this stuff. You know what I mean? Dagger, fear, worries, tense situations. And I'm going to tell you something else that you probably are. I mean, maybe you do know, but you might not. I was taking a bunch of courses a few years back. Well, probably more than a few now, and in those courses, they talked about how when people have a lot of trauma or have gone through a lot of heartbreak or whatever, it affects their health. And it's been actually proven that um, it shortens your lifespan. It can cause heart disease and all kinds of terrible things, actually. So uh, the fear, it's the cortisol is what it's called. I can't remember now exactly, but it's like the cortisol levels are high, is what I heard. They're high. So there's actually a frequency that can help lower those cortisol levels, because the cortisol is something that your body produces when you're in a fear state. It's a way to help protect you. So it makes you like alert, like be on high alert. Problem is, when you're on high alert and you're like staying in this high alert type energy, then that can affect your physical being. It affects your mental state. It affects your physical being and your spiritual. Yeah, it affects you in very negative ways. So that's something that you might want to pay attention to. Keep an eye on those type of thought patterns. Yeah. Okay, so with that, I'm just going to close reading, and I'll send you all my love and light. And I hope this video finds you well, and I hope you've benefited from it. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.